Recording in progress.
Hi, y'all. So today I want to talk about tracking alcohol as macros. In the last prep day video, we talked about creating a food or creating a recipe. You will do the same thing and create a food for the common alcohol that you drink, but we're going to track it as macros, like take it out of our grams of macros. When you look at a nutrition label, for example, if you look at a White Claw or a Topo Chico seltzer, there are 100 calories, and on the back it says 2 grams of carbs. Well, we know from our basics of macros that 1 gram of carbs equals 4 calories. So if there was 2 grams of carbs in a Topo Chico seltzer, that would only equal 8 calories, but there's 100 calories in the can. So alcohol, when they do a nutrition label, they don't have any regulations as to how they have to do their nutrition facts. So when we're tracking our macros, we have to divide the calories on that nutrition label for your White Claw, your seltzer, your vodka, your tequila, beer, whatever it is. We have to divide it by either 4 if you're going to use it as your carbs, or 9 if you're going to use it out of your fat macros. We never take it out of our protein because we need adequate protein when you're in a cut or a fat loss phase. So we want to make sure we're getting real sources of protein. And so we don't ever take alcohol out of protein, just carbs or fat or a combination of both. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you kind of how we track alcohol as macros. So this PDF is actually in the portal in the OptiFit mobile app. I believe it's under the weighing and logging your food, and then there's a tracking alcohol section. So this just shows you the Topo Chico hard seltzer is 100 calories per can. And right here, it shows you 2 grams of carbs. But if we multiply those 2 grams by 4 calories, because 1 gram of carb has 4 calories, then we would get 8 calories in the entire can of Topo hard seltzer. And that's not what it says. So we are going to use the 100 calories and we're going to divide it, if we want to use it as carbs, by 4 to get 25 grams of carbs. If we want to take it out of our fat grams, our fat macros, we're going to divide those 100 calories by 9, because 1 gram of fat equals 9 calories. And you get 11, I think it's like 11.1. So 11 grams of fat. You can also split your carbs and fat. You can take like 50 calories, divide it by 4 to use some as carbs, and then 50 calories divided by 9 to use some as fat. And if you do like Tito's or something that's not 100 calories, you'll just, simply go to your calculator, say it's a glass of red wine. Normally those have 120 calories for dry red wine. So you'll just take the total number of calories and divide it. I'm going to use it as carbs. Divided by 4 gives me 30 carbs. So then I'll go in my Fitness Pal and I'm going to do more. You'll go back to your meals, recipes, and foods. And this time you'll go to foods and you'll create a food. So you can call it, you can name it whatever you want to name it. So we'll say red wine that I know is Estancia. We'll say Pinot Noir. And then 5 ounces. And then we'll just say 1. So then you'll do your number of calories. If you're doing vodka or tequila, you can just look up Tito's or Jose Cuervo or something and find out how many calories. You can Google it. You can look it up in MyFitnessPal. Just get the total number of calories and then decide if you want to take it out of your fat or out of your carbs. So for this example, I'm going to take it out of my carbs. So I'm going to do 0 fat. You can leave all of those blank. And then I'm going to do 30 carbs because 120 divided by 40 is 30. And then leave the rest of everything blank. And you'll say no thanks. And then it's added to your food. So then you can add it to your diary. And then there it is. So after you create a food for your alcohol, you don't ever have to go and create it again. So once it's in there, it will be there for future reference for when you log it in the future. I have a lot of different alcohols that I frequently use. Let's see, Tito's. So, and I've created one for carbs and one for fat. I've done the same thing for like red wine, white wine, tequila, White Claws, just so they're in there. They're easy to input into my diary and they're there forever. So that's how you will log your alcohol as macros. We still have to account for the calories that is in alcohol because it still does have calories. So we want to make sure we account for that when we log our nutrition. And the reason that you don't put 2 grams of carbs and 100 calories is because when we calculate your total number of calories and macros at the beginning, the total number of your carbs, fat, and protein will equal the number of calories. So if you're only logging your White Claws as 2 grams of carbs, at the end of the day, you'll be hitting your carbs maybe, but you're going to be way over on your calories because they're not adding up correctly. So you want to make sure you log them as macros so that your calories and macros add up at the end of the day. So if you have any questions about logging your alcohol or the equations or formulas or anything, just reach out to your coach. We're here to help you. I know it can be kind of confusing logging alcohol, but it is important because you need a calorie deficit to lose weight. And if you're not logging your alcohol, those calories will add up and take you out of your calorie deficit and either slow your progress or you won't make any progress. So make sure you log your alcohol and account for it and let us know if you have any questions.